Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are running to time, the session. I've got ample time to give a warm vote of thanks for this great event. It's really a great personal privilege to be having to arrange this session, which, like Madam Secretary pointed out, is more on the economic think tank policies of how to create investment for infrastructure. What are the learnings we have from our past, and how will we use them going forward? And no better person than Dr. Yoshino, the architect of deciding how to economically study investments in infrastructure. No better person than Madam Aruna Sundarajan, the architect of the National Digital Communications Policy, and no better person than Dr. Rajat Kathuria, who is really the brains behind all the policy thinking of many of us. So I'm really very, very grateful to all of them. But before I go into the formal vote of thanks, I wish to say a few things. Today it's all about digital infrastructure, and you would have all heard Madam rightly pointing out how things have changed. In the olden days, almost all the investment was by public sector, which was a natural telecom monopoly. In those days it was not BSNL, it was DOT. Today it's completely reverse. And I've had the privilege to be here from even before the first mobile licenses were issued in '94. And from that time to now, a staggering amount of about 10 lakh crores of rupees, Madam, like you rightly pointed out, have been put in for investment. 10 lakh crores is maybe around $160 billion, has been put in by the private sector. Private sector has pumped in to set up this digital infrastructure. And India, actually, the digital journey started in 1994 because we were one of the pioneers in launching GSM digital when almost every other country was on analog. Only a few countries in Europe were going digital. Japan had PDC digital then. So in GSM digital, we were innovators in India. And that digital journey to create a mobile infrastructure worth in Indian rupees 10 lakh crores, or in billions maybe $157 billion or $160 billion. That's a humongous fact. And not merely that, ladies and gentlemen, again, very aptly referred to by Madam Secretary, we didn't stop with that. We are not just stopping with creation of investment. We are also, and we created this without 1 penny, 1 cent, 1 rupee subsidy from government. There was no subsidy whatsoever, but every year, last year is an example, we are pumping in, Madam, $11 billion into the exchequer to address the fiscal deficit. So we need to keep those in mind when we talk about digital infrastructure, because today we are going to the next level of digital infrastructure creation. There is immense scope for the way exponential technologies can be adopted to create a new infrastructure landscape. You might call disrupt the existing landscape, but create disruption. Without disruption, you can't achieve anything great. There is no merit in doing small incremental improvements. We need to make quantum jumps to catch up with the rest of the world. And penetration of infrastructure, where we are learning so much from Japan. Japan is involved in so many core infrastructure projects in India, including the metro, the Mumbai-Delhi corridor, and many others. And they are pumping in more than 25% of their external assistance. Japan is a fantastic country, and we have much to learn from them in the creation of infrastructure. There, we have learned, we have heard from, even from World Economic Forum, just creation of more efficient infrastructure increases the life cycle of products and services by more than 20%. Reduces the cost, the life cycle cost. And today we are knocking on the doors of Industry 4.0. Again, exponential technologies, disruptive technologies, and that will going to transform the infrastructure landscape in India. It's the right time to adopt disruption. Dr. Yoshino, we are indeed, as Madam said, most privileged to have you serve with us. You are the innovator of the spillover effects in infrastructure creation, and we look to learning much more going forward from you and your team. It has been thanks to Dr. Yoshino and his team that we have been able to make a little progress in understanding some of these things. My thanks are due also to our other distinguished visitors from Japan, Ishii-san, Professor Shibasaki, Dr. Sita. They've all come all the way from Japan for talking to us on infrastructure. Thank you very much, sirs, and we're grateful for this gesture. And not the least, I would like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of Japan. Ito-san is here from the embassy. He's the first secretary of the embassy, and they have taken much time in understanding our needs and trying to project what all is required. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. We also wish to thank, most importantly, our chief guest, Mr. Amitabh Kant. He is so busy. It's great that he could spare time to be with us for this long. And what he has achieved in the area of planning and creation of infrastructure, everybody knows. In fact, one friend of mine recently said, he actually should be renamed as Amitabh Can, not Amitabh Kant, because there's everything he can create in that. So that really richly deserves that tribute to him. I'm most grateful to Madam Secretary, who has taken time out. She's also extremely squeezed for time. Actually, she was needed to be elsewhere now, but she's changed her appointment to be with us in this occasion. Thank you very much, Madam. And the way she has come out with the National Digital Communications Policy is something a world beater. We say world class, I think it's world beater. It has set new trends, new thoughts. We cannot thank you enough, Madam, for that. And we are with you for the implementation. We'll be with you all the ways. My sincere thanks to all the host of dignitaries sitting in front of me, from industry, from government, from regulator, all of you. It's fantastic to have you. And the distinguished members of the faculty who are here with us, my partners in supporting organizations type Bharat Exhibitions. Bharat Exhibitions deserves a special thanks because of the way they go about helping us in arranging all these functions. We have got other supporting ministries, Ministry of Communications, Ministry of Electronics and IT, Niti Aayog. There is no end to the list of thanks which I have to make. And I would also like to thank my small but super efficient BIF team who are here. They're quiet workers in the background and they make all this happen. A big thanks to all of them and to the hotel management for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for kindly proposing the vote of